This story is based on a land called Pywel. Pywel is a big and dangerous place. It has open fields, cold mountains, dry deserts, and old broken buildings filled with secrets. The people living in Pywel are strong because life there is very hard. For a long time, a king named Demeniss ruled over Pywel. He was a powerful ruler. Because of him, all the different groups and factions in Pywel stayed calm and did not attack each other. There was no war. One day, the king fell into a coma. He did not get hurt in a fight. He was not poisoned. He just stopped waking up. Nobody knew why. When the king went silent, all the powerful groups in Pywel saw a chance. Warlords, greedy lords, and mercenary groups all started moving. They all wanted to take control of the land. In this land, there was a group of mercenaries called the Greymanes. Mercenaries are fighters who work for money. The Greymanes were known for being honest and loyal. People trusted them. The leader of the Greymanes was a man named Kliff Macduff. Kliff was not from a rich family. He grew up the hard way in Pywel and became strong through his own effort. He's serious, calm, and very skilled in fighting. He also deeply cares about the people around him. His closest companions were Anka, who was a very strong fighter, Jan, who was smart and always thought clearly in tough situations, and Naira, who was brave and always ready for a fight. These four people had been through many dangerous situations together and trusted each other like family. The Greymanes had a powerful enemy called the Black Bears. The Black Bears were a brutal mercenary group. Their leader was a warlord named Myurdin. He was large, frightening, and had no mercy. One night, the Black Bears attacked the Greymanes without any warning. The Greymanes had no time to prepare. Many members of the Greymanes were killed. People that Kliff had lived with, fought with, and trusted were gone in one night. Myurdin himself came into the fight and went directly for Kliff. He was wearing armor made from bearskin. Kliff fought him, but lost. Myurdin cut Kliff across the throat and left him on the ground. Kliff should have died, but somehow he survived. When morning came, the Greymanes were destroyed as a group. Anka, Jan, Naira, and the few others who survived had all run in different directions. Kliff was lying alone on the ground. Kliff remembered every person he had lost. He remembered every face and every name. He made a promise to himself that he would find the survivors, bring the Greymanes back together, and make Myurdin pay for what he did. Kliff started traveling across Pywel to find his people and to chase the Black Bears. With no king awake to keep order, every group was fighting for power. Rich lords were making and breaking deals. Warlords in a region called Akapan were building armies. In a cold northern land called Quaden, old wars had started again. Even in the dry desert at the center of Pywel, dangerous things were happening. Kliff fought many enemies and stayed alive. He found some old friends and also made new ones. One important person he met was a woman named Damien. She was a skilled fighter with a difficult past and her own reasons to fight. Together, Kliff and Damien helped each other through many dangerous situations. As Kliff traveled, he started noticing strange things. There were old ruins in Pywel that nobody could explain. There were unusual creatures that behaved in ways normal animals do not. And there was something the people of Pywel called the Abyss. The Abyss was a dark and powerful force connected to death and ancient secrets. Mysterious figures were connected to it, and the fact that Kliff survived the night when Myurdin cut his throat seemed to be connected to the Abyss as well. Nobody had a clear answer about how Kliff survived. While Kliff was searching for his people, the politics of Pywel were getting worse. Every lord and warlord was trying to grab as much power as possible. Many of them were hiding what they truly wanted. As Kliff moved through Pywel, every powerful group tried to use him. Some offered him alliances, some pretended to be friendly but were working against him. Kliff kept having to figure out who was really on his side, and who was just using the Greymanes. Little by little, Kliff started finding the people he had lost. Some survivors were hiding, some had been caught and held by other factions. Some had been forced to work for other groups just to stay alive. But when Kliff found each one and asked them to come back, they came. As more members came back, the Greymanes became stronger again. People across Pywel started hearing that the Greymanes were rebuilding. When that news reached Myurdin, he took notice. Getting to Myurdin wasn't easy. It took a long time. Myurdin was not just a tough fighter. He was a smart and dangerous leader. He had built the Black Bears into a powerful organization. He had connections with other factions, soldiers, and resources. His goals were bigger than just destroying the Greymanes. When Kliff finally reached Myurdin, the two of them fought. The fight was hard and brutal. But when it ended, Kliff was the one still standing. Defeating Myurdin didn't fix everything in Pywel. The king was still in a coma, the factions were still fighting for control, the mystery of the abyss was still unsolved. But the Greymanes were back together. They had losses they would never fully recover from, but they were alive and standing. Kliff MacDuff was still alive, and his story was just getting started.